Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. King Puranjan had unlimited desires for sense enjoyment. Consequently, he traveled all over the world to find a place where all his desires could be fulfilled. Unfortunately, he found a feeling of insufficiency everywhere. Once, while wandering in this way, he saw on the southern side of the Himalayas, in a place named Paramadvaiti, India, a city that had 9 gates all about and was characterized by all auspicious facilities. Srila Prabhupada explains, Srila Vidyapati, a great Vaishnava poet, has sung, Tatala Sakate Varibindu Sama Suttamita Ramani Samaji. Material sense gratification with society, friendship and love is herein compared to a drop of water falling on a desert. A desert requires oceans of water to satisfy it, and only a drop was supplied. What is its use? Similarly, the living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who, as stated in the Vedanta Sutta, is Anandamayo Pyasat, full of enjoyment. Being part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, living entity is also seeking complete enjoyment. However, complete enjoyment cannot be achieved separately from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In his wanderings in the different species of life, living entity may taste some type of enjoyment in one body or another, but full enjoyment of senses cannot be obtained in any material body. Thus Puranjana, the living entity, wanders in different types of bodies, but everywhere meets frustration in his attempt to enjoy. In other words, the spiritual spark covered by matter cannot fully enjoy the senses in any circumstances in material life. A deer may become absorbed in the musical sounds vibrated by the hunter, but the result is that it loses its life. Similarly, a fish is very expert in gratifying its tongue, but when it eats the bait offered by the fisherman, it loses its life. Even the elephant, who is so strong, captures and loses its independence while satisfying its genitals with the female elephant. In each and every species of life, the living entity gets a body to satisfy various senses, but he cannot enjoy all his senses at one time. In the human form of life, he gets an opportunity to enjoy all his senses pervertedly, but the result that is that he becomes so harassed in his attempted sense gratification that he ultimately becomes morose. As he tries to satisfy his senses more and more, he becomes more and more entangled. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. It's a story of Puranjana. It is from the 4th canto, chapter number 25, and it is the text number 12. Om Jnanati Manandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Shakshun Milidam Jine Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manubhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantika. So, the situation of Puranjana, the living entity, is very clear. If you're eager for sex life, you may feel, just marrying one woman, this is not enough. I have so much desire for sex life. So then, next life, you will get monkey body. Then you have one girlfriend on every tree. Or maybe you can be born like a nice cock. You can hear them singing every morning. They're calling all their beloved chicken. Here, Mr. Cock is up. Come and enjoy with your master. And as a strong cock, he may have 50 chicken. They're all his. If any other cock wants to come, you got to put up a fight to get the other guy to run away. Same thing goes for the lions. It's the same problem from the lions and from the cocks. The lions he doesn't have 50 female lions. No lion can have so many. They have usually 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. But the cocks, they easily have 50 chicken. It's no problem for them. So you can have sense enjoyment much more than in a human form of life in different other species. The fish, he dies by the mouth. It's the same. Because what he eats will pull him out from the water. He's actually a very expert enjoyer, the fish. So Bali Muni fell down seeing fishes enjoy. Even the fishes. The other day we had a picture taken by some devotee in India about 2 snakes having sex. Oh, they're having such a great time. They're twining up and down and embracing a snake embrace, but they were having a good time to embrace each other. You could see it. No, they were into it. And of course, after that, there'll be a lot of new little snakies around, That's the way nature has arranged it. Whether you're a lusty snake or a lusty cock or a lusty elephant or a lusty man, it's just the same story, just varieties. What kind of variety you want, you can get. Life after life. But you will never feel satisfied. Why is that? Because the craving for love which is within you is for such a high perfection, such an unlimited amount of love you require. It is not possible to satisfy this in any material circumstance. But the Lord, He is love personified. When the soul directs its loving craving towards the Lord, then there is some deep sense of hope and inner satisfaction, even just in the attempt, just by turning towards the Lord, you go like, is different. It's transcendental enjoyment. Is it sensual? Yeah, of course it's sensual. Transcendentally sensual. We take prasadam, it's very sensual. We dance in a kirtan, the body is dancing. Even when you touch a devotee, you feel very great satisfaction. Oh, I'm touching a devotee of Krishna. Krishna's the enjoyer. So, there is great sensual satisfaction in Krishna consciousness. We are not against the senses. Krishna is Rishikesh. He has given us the senses. And even the sacred organ, the reproduction organ, that's an incredible invention the Lord made for bringing about more of us. That's why there's a sacred organ. So the Lord has made everything perfect, and there's nothing there. Is not a confusing subject. We get confused by lust. We get confused by promiscuity, but we don't get confused by marriage. When some beautiful young people want to get married and start a family together, oh, everybody says, that is nice. I just wrote yesterday congratulations to a very, very dear woman. She's getting married in the next days. And I sent her my congratulations and celebrating it. A celebrated marriage. Every Vaishnava marriage is a highly celebrated marriage. It's not something don't look at it. It's marriage. No, not like that. Of course, it is an austerity. To be a brahmachari is a great austerity. I just had a visit today of our brahmachari ashram in Berlin, and I was reminded of the austerity, what it is to be a brahmachari, a living experience. And you want to see all different types of species available? Then you can go and visit the zoo. If you want to see what brahmachari life is like, you can visit a brahmachari ashram. Just have a look at it. Bookshelves with towels drying on top of the books, and there's nothing you will not see in a brahmachari ashram. Then if you want to see a grihastha ashram, you can also see that. One woman, she's looking after everything in her home. Everything is neat and clean, and every picture frame is in a special position. If anybody turns it around like this, she comes and puts it back like this. It's supposed to be like that. I mean, the difference between a brahmachari ashram and such a grihastha ashram, where there's a real woman organizing everything, I mean, it's like heaven and hell. Definitely the difference is no less than that. And considering the grihastha ashram setting is heaven, and the brahmachari ashram is hell. I'm sorry to say that, but still some people prefer to live in hell and not in heaven. I hope because of the preaching they like it so much. Now what I say is a clear observation, there's no exaggeration whatsoever. And it's almost parallel. You could say that almost every woman, when she has a house, she makes it like that. She makes it look like a little heaven. Where did the women get that energy from? No? Of course, when they're living in a Vishnu Priya ashram, it's not necessarily all that way. It's somewhere in between. Huh? The Grihastha ashram and the Brahmacharya ashram, the Vishnu Priya ashram. Anyhow, what we are learning here is that you can never satisfy yourself in this world. There's no environment which can cope with what is Vrindavan. And Vrindavan is the divine family. Vrindavan is not a brahmachari mess. It's a gopas and gopis divine pleasure ground. And that's what Krishna likes. Krishna loves clean rivers, jumping into the river from the trees. He also likes the flowers and the fruits and the jewels and the stones and the Govardhan hill and the creepers who are climbing up the walls and making everything green or full of flowers. And whenever it's everything around Krishna is, if you're talking about aesthetics, they're the super duper aesthetics. And there's no junk. There's not an accumulation of unnecessary things. Everything is for Krishna's pleasure. And what's for Krishna's pleasure is good, is useful. It can be accommodated. So the beauty of Vrindavan is that place where you never want to leave. Where you just want to stay and make it more beautiful. Because what is it making a flower garland? It's an action of love. What is it to make a dress for Krishna or to arrange his flower bed? It's so beautiful. Everything in Krishna's world is beautiful. And Krishna's world is a very organic world. So everything is real there. Real silk, real jewels, real gold, real mud, real bamboo. Everything is real there. There's no fake. Nowadays we are living in such a fake world, you know. Everything is faking. They said, if you cannot make it, then fake it. So people are like trying you, like they have this fantasy jewelry, you know. You can get any kind of fantasy jewelry, but it's just fantasy. Well, they would say life is a fantasy, so what? It's not a fantasy. This is real. The designer had a lot of patience. So we want to enjoy. This is the forest of enjoyment. We can try as long as we want, but we will never feel satisfied. King Puranjana went all around the world. Like Ishavasya, he went to South America, he went to India, he went to so many places. He could not find full satisfaction anywhere. So he had to come back to Germany. There's no full satisfaction in Germany either, so I'm sure he agrees with the Bhagavatam. Full satisfaction, going here and there, trying to make all kinds of arrangements. Sometimes human beings get very extreme in the arrangements they want to make, they are so extreme. I don't even want to describe it, how extreme they are. But for example, it's very common that people who have a lot of money have their private armies to protect their whatever they have. They have to hire many, many private detectives and military personnel. It's not at all an uncommon thing. As soon as a man has too much money, he starts buying weapons to protect his wealth. And what is the use of weapons without people who are using them? So then you need your private army. It starts in the neighborhood when there's a gang, a few kids who create terror to the neighborhood. Then they become older and they become a real criminal gang. It's all the same thing. So, you're in this material world, there's no comfort here, there's no way you're going to be happy here. There's no way you're going to create an aesthetic environment satisfactory. I mean, the Krishna temple is quite satisfactory. Somehow or other I managed in my life to create a few environments where you really feel like, wow, this is extraordinary. Varshana, Ekotruli Park, Vrindavan Hardin Ecologico. A few I actually managed. But of course this is different because they're not my places and they're not for my pleasure. They're actually Krishna's places for Krishna's pleasure. And you can also go there and be there and share it as long as you accept Krishna is the enjoyer here. Let's make it nice for Krishna. Let's make it nice for Krishna's devotees. And this temple is another example. We want to make this place nice for Krishna's devotees. That they can come here and study here and learn here and become better devotees. Make something very, very beautiful. This is the idea. But there's no question that your senses will never be satisfied without the loving contact with Krishna's ecstatic, one-pointed devotional service. That is the only area where you can say there is a hope of giving things with joy. Giving with joy. Is it possible? Or can you only take with joy? You see, I remember, this is private experience, I think most people share it. Whenever I got a gift in my life, it was a satisfaction that somebody wants to make you happy by giving you a gift. But whenever I gave a gift to somebody and I could see that somebody is happy with receiving that gift, it's a much higher pleasure than getting a gift. Giving a gift is much more valuable, much more substantial. At least that's what I experience. So I decided myself, then I will just spend my life giving gifts to others. And when we open the door here, of course Krishna is more than anybody else. He's giving gifts to all and all the time. It's unbelievable. But we also like to give gifts. So we like to give the Krishna gift. Because when you the Krishna gift, I give you everything. I not only give you a nice plate of food or a nice dress to wear or a nice tilak to put on your forehead or a nice mela to rejoice with many people. No. When I give you the Krishna gift, I give you everything. Everything. The whole creation I give to you. Because Krishna contains everything. One iota of Krishna is more satisfying than the entire sense gratification of the material world together. One iota of Krishna's infinite loving potency. You cannot compare it with such ordinary things like orgasm, or I won the lottery, or I got a sense gratification, or I get intoxicated, I see something, wow. Some people they want to see hallucinations. Some other people they want to contact the ghosts. They want to hear, hey, maybe I can meet some ghost somewhere, and maybe the ghost is going to tell me something far out. Hey, I'm contact here. Here's the ghost. Come on. What you going to get from the ghost? The ghost himself is unsatisfied. He's looking for you and you're looking for him. It's nothing to be exchanged of satisfaction. You're going to end up frightened, and he is going to be frightened. This is the material world. So what are the peak experiences of this material world which you're going after? Some people say the spiritual experience is the highest, the Brahman realization. I've seen the light, a bright, sweet, peaceful, enthusing light. Yeah? Some people report that they've seen some of it. Okay. Then you have the peak experience of the enlightenment of seeing a light. But devotees, they consider this a hellish experience. Because they want to see the beautiful lotus feet of little Gopal imprinting itself on the holy dust of Braj. And they're going to go, like Akrura. When he saw the little imprints of the lotus feet of Krishna on the ground, he went crazy. He said, this is Vrindavan. This is where Krishna is. And he went like this, and a totally different thing. The ecstasy of love of Vrindavan. Can you please close your eyes and look at the light? Sorry, I have no time for looking at lights. I'm trying to serve the Lord. And Krishna says that I am the origin of all the lights. I'm the light of the sun and the moon. I'm the light of the Brahman. Brahmano hi pratishtam amritam yavyayasya cha. I'm the origin of this Brahman. I'm the origin of this light. I'm the origin of this sweetness. I'm the origin of everything. I'm the origin of all material things and all spiritual things as well. The wise who know that perfectly, they worship me with all their heart. So we are Krishna crazy. We want to get that Krishna. We don't want to get any substitute, any imitation. Sometimes they say, beware of imitation. But the material world is one big imitation show. Miss Universe. Miss Universe. Was just a story, just told me somebody the other day about the richest man of Nicaragua. And so there was an election of Miss Nicaragua. So Miss Nicaragua was selected. And the next day, there was a hotel and belonging to this rich person. And all the employees, they were told had to hide. They could not show up. And one devotee who was working as a massagist, they didn't tell him. So when he walked out of his room without aware, there was the rich man enjoying with Miss Nicaragua, no? So that now he could say, I am the great guy with my money. So this is the story of this material world. Everybody wants to enjoy the name and the fame and the riches and the this and the that. And the king example is Ravana. He wanted to enjoy with the goddess of fortune. He had so many women. He had a harem full of women, all surrendered to Ravana. But Sita, no way. So Ravana fell at her feet and prayed to her, please, let me enjoy you. Please let me be yours. I'm your slave. I'll do anything you want. You'll be the principal queen. All of Lanka will be yours. You get an American Express credit card. You get anything you want. You can do anything you want. But please let me enjoy you. And then Sita looked at him with disgust and said, how can somebody who belongs to the King of Kings, the Swan of Swan, the purest of the purest, how can such a person agree to be enjoyed by a dirty crow like you? In other words, the topmost insult of all insults she gave to him. And he couldn't do anything. And he was the richest and everything. He was like the top of the demons. He was fried. It says somewhere here, it said, you do not submit to me, I will eat you. Because a Rakshasa, Ravana is a Rakshasa. So, what is this world, you know? Is it fantasy? Am I crazy? Am I a frustrated monk who can never satisfy his senses? Now he says everything is useless anyway. Like the fox who was jumping to get the grapes. And he couldn't reach the grapes and he said, sour grapes, who cares? Huh? Am I like this? Is the Srimad Bhagavatam the product of frustrated sages who could not come to the enjoyment of this happy, beautiful life? And then they wrote this horrible book to take everybody else's hope away for enjoyment. Is that so? Or can we all confirm what the Bhagavatam says? It's perfectly true. That's the way it is. And therefore, let's go for it and give pleasure to Krishna. That's our invitation, right? Would you like to give pleasure to Krishna, Vaidyanatha? Then come and we talk about it. What to do to give pleasure to Krishna. Gopal Tapani Upanishad, what are we going to do to give pleasure to Krishna? And Govinda, big plans, because Krishna has big plans also. So for Krishna, he's the largest, the biggest, the sweetest, the greatest, the most powerful. So for him, we do the best we can. We cannot satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead by just making some meager efforts. No. If he's supreme, our effort got to be supreme. Even the risks we take got to be supreme. We want to be with him. We want to live for him. I mean, okay, you may say there's some selfishness in this, that you want to be, you want to experience. But then I'll turn this around and I will say, you are meant to be. For Krishna's pleasure, you are meant to be with him. And with him, you will have that perfection and fulfillment your heart is craving for. You will not get it by going a doctor and have some surgery to improve your physical looks. Plastic surgery, they call it. It's a pretty silly invention, no? But there's actually nowadays you can go, what type of model? You like to have your nose like this, like that, like this? We can arrange with the ears like this, like that. We arrange, we can just saw them to the back, you know. It's no problem. What else you need? What you need? You need more cheeks, huh? You need lips a little bit more thicker, thinner. Look what you want, we'll take care of it. Huh? You can get your ideal looks. Huh? It is so silly. People are doing this by the thousands. It says in Brazil they have a joke when the girl gets 15 and father asks, so now you're 15 years, what do you like as a gift? Oh, I want more breast. I want more butt. So they're asking for plastic surgeries to their parents. Young girls. This is the madness of this world. Everybody tries to avoid to get surgery, but for the greed or for the false ego and false prestige, they want to improve their physical looks. False values are being spread left and right, and people are driven mad. The other day I was reading that in Germany, the greater majority of people on the workplace are all maintaining themselves by consuming pharmaceutical pills. It was a big article. It's a big drug addiction going on right there. It's not the dirty drugs from the park where they sell heroin. It's all in the pharmacies. It's all selling there the incredible poisons and addiction pills, so people can some other enjoy. I wouldn't call it enjoy, but that's what they seem to believe, that they can enjoy by volume or by different types of substances. Yes, we are in the world of the imitations. And we should get out of those imitations. We should go to the world of reality. And reality is the reality of love and sacrifice. When you make sacrifice for Krishna, this is something special. We are not against beauty, but we want beauty for all. We are not against music, but we want music for all. We can all enjoy it together and have Krishna dance in the middle with great satisfaction. We are not against delicious things, but it should be all, for all available, the delicious things of Krishna's mercy, prasad. That is the price you pay. Instead of just for yourself, you say, yes, it's for all, and I'm going to work for it. You say, it's impossible. How will I do that? And if I work for Krishna, then who's going to work for me? Who's going to look after my selfish interests? Puranjanan, he already confirmed. I went all over the world, to all the countries. I could not find full satisfaction anywhere. But you think you'll find it, no? Maybe if you go to Thailand. Huh? Thailand. Thai people are beautiful people. People go to Thailand to... Germans, they like to go to Thailand to enjoy prostitutes. Such a disgrace. With their German hard-earned money, they're going to corrupt poor Thai girls. And they're going to be happy by doing so? You think so? So crazy. The real issue is love. You have to accept it. The real issue is real love. The question is, can you love Krishna and can you love his devotees so much that you want to see them to be successful? You see, as long as in life you love somebody, that you want to work for that somebody wholeheartedly, ready to go out and do the big job, you're never going to have any difficulties, because when you do the big job and you do the big effort, don't worry about your own little needs. They're coming automatically. Whenever you do something very enthusiastic and very determined, then you start moving like it's like a very incredible energy emanates around you. You just have to say, yes, we're going to do it. I can give you many little examples for that. Well, maybe our movement in South America is a good example, because the devotees have everything you can think of and they don't owe a penny to the bank. We don't have bank loans. We don't work with bank loans. We don't have this silly European American, have a credit card, just buy, and then have all the bills coming in, and then you finally declare bankruptcy or something like that. No. So the devotees make up their mind, let's have a farm for Krishna. Then they go out and get it. And at the same time, you have enthusiasm, you work very hard. And of course, you also get enough to eat and a place to sleep, and that is not a problem. Whenever you do good things, other good things come automatically. But you have to have that spirit. I want to do it. Yeah, let's get it going. Not a small plan. Prabhupada used to say, think big for Krishna and start humble and small. And some people say, think big, but there's nothing big, so I do nothing. No. Think big, but then start humble and small and do it. Do what has to be done. Can you imagine how fantastic it is to do wonderful things for Krishna? How old do you have to be for that? 8, 18, or 80. Any time you can do it. There's no old age, there's no disease, there's nothing which can stop you when you want to do something. And if you want to do something, you're an old tottering guy, you can still do it. Because what makes us so enchanted with the children, when we see that they have a purpose and they're trying to do it, to accomplish their purpose. That's enchanting. They have willpower. They have a mind of their own. Wow. But if you do things for yourself and you're not a little child anymore, it doesn't look very enthusing. Nobody likes to think, oh, everybody says, I, me, mine. No. That's not very enthusing. It's then when you have to admire those who give to others the best thing which can be obtained. And to my humble understanding, the best thing which is there to be obtained is called Krishna. You can also obtain Krishna. How? How can you obtain Krishna? By chanting His holy name with humility and with tears in your eyes, you can obtain Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh my Lord, please, do not ignore my prayer. You are very merciful to the fallen, and here I am the most fallen. Please, let me be with you and your devotees and do things for you, but not little things, big things. Engage me in your solid service. Get the last energy capacity of me out of me for you. Take the last space of brain capacity I have to fill it with your divine messages and share it with others. Immediately after class, you have to ask, what can I do? How can I make myself useful? Is there any work to be done in this temple? Can we clear out some garbage? Sell something which is not necessary to make money to fix what still has to be fixed? What has to be done? Put your hands on where the work is. Have your entire existence being devotional service Krishnaized. So much that if somebody asks you, you have time to watch a movie? What movie? Is it about Krishna? No. Is it about conscious development? No. Leave me alone. I have no time for such nonsense. What about let's watch a football match? Football match? You must be out of your mind. Watching idiotic football matches where people afterwards kill each other because you belong to the other. They belong to the other team. You want to be part of such a madness? Useless madness just created by publicity agencies so that they can sell more t-shirts and hats and flags. So they go, oh yes, we are the best, we are the real ones. Poor football people. Nothing to do, just running after a ball and shooting a ball here and there. And they're making a deathly game out of it. I say, how is it possible? How can I be a fan of football when I see this madness going on? Every day people die in the football madness in this world. Every day. And many times kids. They're not even 18 years old and they're already getting killed somewhere. And then the elders, they don't say anything. They just go on with their football matches everywhere, making money. So I prefer to be part of the Krishna team. And that is the love team. So the more people chant Hare Krishna, the more people eat prasadam, the more wonderful, the more joy I can feel. It's all for you, my Lord. It all belongs to you. My family, my father, my mother, my friends, all belong to you. They may not know, but they all belong to you. For you I will do everything and I will bring them to you as well. Just a few days ago, just a few days ago. One old lady, 87 years old, mother of a devotee, straight Catholic, real Orthodox Catholic family of Mallorca. She was in the last days of on her bed. And you know, when it comes to the last days, things relax, certain dogmatism. So, her son and his wife, both devotees, they were sitting next to her. The old lady, nice old lady. He asked her, "Do you know is Krishna?" She said, "Krishna." "Krishna?" "Yes." "What do you know about Krishna?" "I'm seeing him." "You're seeing him? How do you see him?" "Yes, I'm seeing him." "What does he look like?" "He's beautiful." "How old is he?" 10 to 15 years. "What's his color?" "He's blue." "What is he doing?" "He's playing music." And then she left the body. That's what you get when you are a member of a devotee's family, you know. She saw Krishna by the prayer of her children, everything, whatever good fortune this lady had. She saw Krishna. It was the ones who experienced that, they told us yesterday. She saw Krishna just because her family brought Krishna into her life. So the Krishna's devotees, they also have to behave very nicely so that everybody will feel encouraged to hear about Krishna, to find out. But finally, in the last instance, you know, Krishna is the supreme controller. He knows everything. And how many people have pronounced the holy name before they left this body? Because they have come in contact with Krishna. I think your father also, Ishavasya, if I remember well. So much mercy they get. My father didn't believe in God for a long time. When he met Sadhu Maharaj, and he got a picture of Krishna and he put it on his desk. A Krishna picture on the desk of my father. Pray for somebody, then Krishna does miracles to them. And it's just an example because, you know, for us, father and mother is nothing. For us, everybody's our father, mother, brother and sister. It's not only our physical family, which our family. I go out there in the street, I meet my family everywhere. It's not that they are strangers. There's no stranger on this planet for me. That's why we can bring the Bulgarians to do seva in Germany, or maybe some Mexicans to do service in Argentina, or things like that, because we are all one big family. We don't have this, my group, your group, my souls. If I save a Mexican soul, it's more value than saving a Polish soul. Huh? Or something like this. This is only on the duality mind of the mad brains. They have this kind of notions and ideas, but not anybody who has half of a spiritual appreciation. I was reading this morning Leonardo Boff. Leonardo Boff is some cardinal or some high Christian in Brazil who is a very open-minded, and he wrote this wonderful thing. He said, religion is not what we should look for. We should look for this inner craving of the soul for the divine. It's in that inner craving for the divine that the person will find his strength and his enthusiasm to go forward. We think of religions, or my religion better than your religion and all that. Immediately we fall into our duality traps. That is Oida therapy. So he gave a very nice endorsement for reader therapy, Leonardo Boff. And he said, we have to educate people about this in the schools. If not, our whole system is doomed. Very good statement, powerful statement he made. Our educational system is doomed if we do not show them to us that the loving craving and the respect for all is a natural thing, which is our inner spirituality. And yes, we want to know what's beyond birth and death. Of course we want to know. Any question? Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Thank you for coming to this morning class. Talking about Srimad Bhagavatam is always a delight. It is such a delightful, illuminating spiritual literature that it can really help people in the age of Kali. It really has the power to help you and me and everyone. You can bring the deities here, please. Please get me this little table here in front of me. The Spendenbox, yes. Any questions? You're so silent. I hope I haven't devastated your vacation plans. Yeah. Oh.
Nee, andersrum.
Was war das?
Andersrum, ja.
Andersrum.
Aha. Ist das eine Erfindung von dir? Huh? Oh, it's a Darek creation.
Was it that? And one more tea?
No. More. Jai Sri Krishna. Ja.
Heute hat der Paramatma Geburtstag.
Paramatma hat heute Geburtstag.
Ja.
Und wo ist der?
Hier im Tempelraum.
Wo hat er sich versteckt? Paramatma, stimmt das, dass du heute Geburtstag hast? Wow. Herzlichen Glückwunsch.